What's up, guys, and welcome back to my garage. If you're excited to see more from this series, make sure to leave a like in the video. It would be greatly appreciated. It's hard to believe that it's almost been 4 months since the last episode was even uploaded, but we're going to try to get back into the swing of things here today, which could be a little difficult. After having played Junkyard Truck for a good while now, the games are very similar, but the controls are very, very different, so we'll see how this goes. But our game plan for today is to purchase and build a new shop truck, which I don't believe we've had on this save at all. On the other save, I feel like we've had quite a few, but here all we have is a mint condition factory, totally stock, I think for the most part, minus the half cage in there, E36 M3. And then we also have a Rally Edition E36 M3 with, I believe, a Toogii Z, if my memory serves me correctly. The brain fog is probably going to be a recurring theme here today, as I'm feeling a bit under the weather again. I think I've been sick like 2 times in the past month, which is crazy. Let me just say, I love being an uncle. Honestly, I really, really do. I am honored that my brother and his wife trust me with their children. However, kids kind of be germ magnets. Kids do be bringing a lot of germs home. You know, you send them off to kindergarten, to preschool. No trucks. We're striking out. We do have a Supra in here. We're going to have to reset and try again. But you send them off to kindergarten, preschool, or I guess just school in general, and they're surrounded by other kids who may or may not be sick. And then they end up bringing all that sickness, all those germs home with them. We finally have a truck and another Supra. Very sick. Not what we're interested in, but I don't know how parents do it. Also, I'm going to stop talking about being sick now. I realize every time I'm sick, I sort of let that become my entire personality, and I'm really trying to do better with that. We're just gonna play late game today. We're just gonna play late game and try to have a good time. Ooh, okay. So there was an update. I was gonna say recently, but honestly, it's probably been like a month ago now, where you can have actual rust holes in the panels of the vehicle, and I believe that they're repairable. However, I don't think that the repair process for said holes is very fun. We'll check that out if we end up buying this truck. We'll check that out here momentarily. Subframe looks absolutely wrecked. Probably going to want another one of those. Battery seems to be a little on the bad side as well. We've got a timing cover of some sort back behind there that appears to be bad. Thermostat housing is bad. Brake master cylinder is bad. Just needs a new bench seat though on the inside. The blue interior goes really hard. Is this exterior color? Oh, it's like a slate gray or gray. Anyways, doesn't seem to be that bad. The rust condition 4 stars, color condition 4 stars. 11.6. This is actually almost the exact sort of truck that I was looking for today. I just want something, oh, that has to be resprayed. Both of those have to be resprayed. I just want something where we're going to be able to gather up. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Oh, that's missing a tire. We're going to be able to gather up a bunch of our spare parts and things that we're just going to throw out. And we'll be able to bring them down to Scapegoat over the hillside here a lot easier. That's the goal with the shop truck, or parts truck, if you will. But does it start? Does it turn over? Let's take a seat. It does. Okay. We've got e-brakes to worry about again. That's something that we didn't really have to worry about in Junkyard Truck whatsoever. Also, if you've heard me talk about Junkyard Truck twice already and you have no idea what it is, it's a newer series on the channel. If you're interested in automotive simulators, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's a bit on the weird side. Sort of, it's giving My Summer Car, but in Washington. Again, if you're interested in that sort of thing, make sure to give that a look-see. Give it a try. Give it a good old college try. Wow, I am rambling. let's get our angle grinder, which is around here somewhere. Did I leave it over here? Oh yeah, there it is. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this interior panel off. That way we can maybe have a bit easier time repairing that panel. So I have to cut that too, and I already need a new disc. Oh dang! That whole panel just done felled off the dang truck already. What we needed to remove was the interior one, not that exterior skin. But it should pop off now. Or not? Did I forget one? Up in the corner there? Give it a moment. There it is. All right, so now that we have this thing de-skinned, I want to try to see if we couldn't repair. Actually, let's put it up here. That might... never mind. I was going to say that might help us out. There it is. Let's try to see about repairing this thing. So from what I understand, if you have a through rust hole like this, you can get your welder as long as you have lots of electrodes, and you can actually start to weld this back together or not. I think the mistake that I made here is removing it from the vehicle. Let's try remounting it really quick. And then I'm just gonna bring the whole welder over here. If we just get this little seam restitched now, put that away. We'll kind of move this one over to the side. We'll grab our stick welder, and we should be able to start welding. Oh, I have no idea what I just welded. We should be able to start welding this already out of electrodes back together. If you're trying to do this at home as well, I would recommend... Okay, that doesn't seem to be working at all. I would recommend not. Honestly, just really, I have no idea what it's welding. Does it need to be fully welded back in? Is that the problem? Already out of another electrode? Honestly, I would recommend just replacing the entire panel. Otherwise, you're going to be here all day with your filler rod and your stick welder just trying to fill a massive hole like that. Unless it's a pinhole. If it's a pinhole, maybe you'll be okay. But you have to use your welder, fill it up, and then use your flapper disc over here, the yellow disc, to try to smooth out those welds. You might even have to do Bondo, like body filler, over top of that, and then you'll be okay to respray it. It's a whole thing. Like I said, just buy a new panel. It's really not even worth all the electrodes that you're gonna have to go through to fill a hole of that size. Pinholes, fine. Big holes like that, just buy a new panel, which is exactly what we're gonna do. So we need the B200, and we're looking for the inner right rear bed panel. This guy, I think, $207. That is a little on the expensive side, but we kind of need it. We do kind of need it, don't we? I thought for sure that would mount. Did I buy the wrong one? Did I actually buy the wrong one? Oh no, I did. It's the short bed version. Unreal. Okay, you know what? We'll add this to our scrap pile. We need the XL version of that. We need the long boy, which has got to be in here somewhere. Oh, or we could just ditch. No, because then stuff's gonna fall off of fall out of the bed too easily. I was gonna say we could just ditch that whole deal. Here's the one we need. Still $207, and we could opt in for a like flat bed in the rear instead. But parts would fall out a lot easier. This is probably, there it is, probably the better call there. So once again, we're gonna pick up our stick welder. Uh-oh. Okay, might have added a little weld somewhere where I didn't want a weld to go, but that's okay. It wasn't working on us, or it wasn't working for us earlier anyways. Now we can grab our outer skin and get that put back up on there. We are going to need to use our welder one mo again, as they say. We've got that one, this one, and then I think just these two at the front. There we go. All right, so next step, now that we've got our bed back together, we need to get the sandblaster out. This truck's just super long. I don't even want to try to back it into this area. So I'm just going to grab our sandblaster and bring it out here instead. I'm going to show you guys how the respray system works now. Oh, this is really hard to get the rust off of here for some reason. Because I need to stand? Nope, that doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. I want to show you guys the new paint system though, and how that all works. I will most likely just have the shop in town respray the whole thing, and I'll show you why here in just a moment. Let me put this sandblaster back. We're gonna need our color code for this sucker. 5F6366. 5F6366. That looks right to me. Okay, so we're gonna buy a can of color and a can of clear coat. There is clear coat now. I don't remember if that was introduced the last time. Oh, I wanted that in my backpack, actually. I don't remember if that was introduced the last time that we played or not, but I will be showing you guys how to use that here real quick like. So color sprays on kind of like it used to, but you'll notice that the color doesn't seem to match perfectly, and that is by design, sort of. So with our color taken care of, we're just going to leave that on the floor there. Drop down our clear coat, and this is going to give us that gloss, that shine back to the paint. It makes a huge, huge difference. But it's not the last step. So we've got that done. Also, yeah, that would need to be resprayed. That would need to be resprayed. And then the red on the back side of the bed. And this driver's side front fender. Those would all obviously need to be resprayed and re-cleared as well. But we're going to leave that up to the shop in town to tackle for us. So back here, got to touch up really quick too. And then I'll show you guys what the last step of paint jobs is now. So we're looking good. You know, we're looking good. It's nice and glossy again. The color match beautifully. But you might be able to notice here from the shop light glare, there's a bit of orange peel going on here, which doesn't look that great. If we look at other panels on the truck, we just don't have that same orange peel effect going on. So that's where this new disc style comes into play. I would recommend just getting a separate angle grinder and just having it dedicated to polishing, because honestly, changing out the discs all the time gets really old. So all you have to do with the new wheel equipped, you just hold it and kind of go over the paint, and you can see that orange peel effect again in the illumination of the shop lights. Holy cow, this is rough. It starts to disappear. That orange peel effect starts to go away. I don't know if it's better to hold it or just to do like brief little clicks. Holding it is very loud and rather annoying, but it does seem to be the most effective way, in my opinion. So now that we've done that, let's pop the tailgate again. And we'll do the inside. Get that nice and polished. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now this is the reason why I want to leave the paint jobs up to the professionals, because with the rattle can, you're almost always going to have some spots like this. It's probably really, really hard to tell, but there is a sort of lighter blotch right here in the paint. And that's just because I didn't get close enough with our color matched spray can. So just because of that, I'm gonna bring this to town and have them respray it. But we can do that after the fact. That's not super important right now. Already up to a new value of 14 grand for the sucker, but of course we're not going to be selling it. That would be silly. I do plan on using this thing. So we're going to get rid of our clear. We're going to get rid of our color matched spray paints. And I think I'm going to go ahead and have this thing towed to our customer sign. I think we can do that in here. Yeah, right there. $100. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I do want to do that today. Normally, I wouldn't. I would save $100, but during these unprecedented times of being sick again, we're gonna do it. Oh, also, before I forget, there's another new piece of equipment that can be purchased from Dude Bro over yonder. It's a plasma cutter. It looks just like how the welder looks, except it's blue, not red. And rather than adding material to body panels, it removes material from body panels. Now, it doesn't really have any real use, in my personal opinion. However, with some wide body vehicles, I don't remember, does our machine over here have a wide body kit going on? It does, but I don't remember if that's like a kit that just goes on top of the existing quarter panel. It looks like it does go on top. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is the only real use for it, in my opinion, would be to use it to kind of like cut out your quarter or fender arches before fitting on a wide body kit to a vehicle. That way your actual fender doesn't get in the way of your tire or whatever. Or I guess if you were going for like a Mad Max type of look, you could just put a whole bunch of holes in the body panels of your cars now. Again, if that's something you want to do, I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's your flavor, then good on ya. You know what I'm saying? We do have to pull the truck up ever so slightly. That way we'll actually be able to get this thing on the hoist. This is a long, long boy. Right about there. Put her back into neutral so she doesn't roll anywhere on us. And there we go. Ooh. I was gonna say, and now we can open the door. Oh, there it goes. Now we can open the doors. All right. Let's get our little hoist arms pulled out here. We're gonna go full extension on this because, again, it is a long, long boy. But I want to get this thing up in the air so we can sort of inspect underneath of it and just make sure that it doesn't have any big rust holes in the floorboards or just super, super rusty drive shaft. Oh, speak of the devil. I think it might actually have a super rusty drive shaft. But we'll put her up. And we'll check her out. See what we've got cooking. Okay, so yeah, this main drive shaft going to the transfer case does appear to be in bad condition. Also, subframe needs to be yoinked on out of there and replaced. That thing's just hanging on by a thread. The brake line, the main brake line needs to get replaced too. That thing's looking a little rusty, a little crusty. Other than that, though, rear end looks surprisingly good. I'm not noticing any bent or worn out leaf springs, which is nice. Spoke too soon. That one actually does appear to be a little rusty, so we'll get that one replaced. But all in all, not too bad. Oh, and then this. Wow, I really just tried to do the keybind for pulling out my wrench like this is junkyard truck or something. God, if you guys even see this episode, I would be so surprised because it's feeling rough. It is feeling very rough. Okay, that whole shebang just came off. That's nice. We'll put that in the scrap pile as well. Or I guess we kind of need the name for that, don't we? exhaust R for the B200. Easy, easy, easy. Come over here to our parts catalog. We've still got this set up. Oh, we don't want engine, though. We want, oh, maybe we do. Is it in here? Let's just search it. Exhaust. There she is. Exhaust. Right, because they have a short one. I'm guessing this is the right one. $241. That's got to be it. Just got to be. You know what? We probably don't even want to put that on just yet because we're going to have to drop the whole subframe. So let me grab my wrench. We're going to remove the other side, not because we need to be replacing it, but just to kind of get it out of the way. And then let's go ahead and remove the engine mount bolts. We're probably going to have to do that from the engine bay, though, to tell you the truth. Wow, dude, we have been spoiled by Junkyard Truck. Let me tell you, I forgot just how many things need to be disconnected in order for us to remove the engine from the engine bay. There we go. All right, now we can take it right over yonder. And as soon as that check mark appears, we can get it attached to our engine stand. Beautiful. We'll be looking into that here momentarily. For now, though, I just want to keep taking a closer look, closer inspection into the engine bay here. So battery's very, very shot. Oh, we've got spares, though. We've got some extras we can swap in there real quick, like. Not a big deal. Thermostat housing needs to be replaced. Fuel line looks to be in relatively good condition still. I can't tell. Is the brake line bad? I actually can't tell if that's bad or if it's just a different color now. Nope, that's corroded and super, super gross. So I'm gonna go around to all these other brake lines. Actually, let me put it in the air again. We'll unfasten all of the smaller brake lines so that we can get the main brake line removed. Odds are some of these need to be replaced. Actually, only one of them needs to be replaced. That's not too bad. And then the main line must have already fallen out and is likely embedded into our floor now. I don't think we're going to be able to get that thing back, but it needed to be replaced anyways, so I suppose it's not the end of the world. What about this subframe? Is that just those 4 bolts there? It's crazy. I feel like I used to be really proficient at disassembling these vehicles, and it's like I've completely forgotten how to do it. There it is. Okay. That came out super, super easy as well. So we'll buy a brand spanking new one of those guys. We've got this front, what do they call that? Like a torsion bar or something? Or is that the, no, that's the steering. Never mind. Totally different. Unrelated. But we've got 2, I was going to say tiny nuts, but I've learned my lesson. We've got just 2 nuts on that, though. That comes out pretty easy, too. And then transmotion is kind of looking a little hit. Maybe that's just a weird reflection. We can leave that. We can definitely leave that. But these leaf springs are just on this one side. Those definitely need to come out. Gosh, it's going to be so nice to have just a running, driving shop truck when we're all said and done here today. I could be throwing some of this stuff in the dumpster, but I feel like we do end up getting more money for it if we bring it to Scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? Not that we're hurting for money. We've got 19 grand, but try to save some wherever we can. Okay, I think for the most part, that's really all that we need to unfasten here. The last thing would just be this drive shaft, and that only has to be unfastened on one side. And that'll do it. We can get this thing out on the road again. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. Not only did I forget we still have an entire engine that needs to be gone through, but we also still have this brake master cylinder over here that needs a little bit of love. Needs a little bit of TLC. I think we just undo that back here, right? Or is that just the booster? No, they come out as one complete assembly. Has it always been that way? I feel like I remember being able to split these two in half. Maybe it's just that way for this truck. Let's check out the catalog and we'll see what we're working with here. Oh, it is just one complete assembly. Okay. Honestly, I'm okay with that. That makes my life a whole heck of a lot easier. So that just needs to go there. We'll get our handy dandy wrench again. Get leaned in here real close like. And just those two bolts right yonder. Easy. We'll obviously have to top up the fluid and do all that stuff. We'll have to do that for the engine as well before we can take her out for another rip. I am tempted, since this is going to be our long-term parts runner vehicle, I am tempted to swap out the bench seat and that headliner. We're going to be spending a lot of time behind the wheel of this sucker. And I want it to feel good, especially on the inside where we're spending so much time. But I've got our brake line here. I do have the new thermostat housing, so all that really needs to be replaced on this sucker, it's really not in that bad of condition. I mean, I don't really want to crack her open to see what's going on inside. Okay, there's a bad piston. Two bad pistons. That's just one bank, though. What about over here? Actually, just two bad pistons. Dude, that's not even that bad. That belt looks really worn out too, so let's pop that off. We'll buy a replacement one of those. But I think I'm just gonna rotate it over all the way. I'll pull the oil pan really, really quick. A lot more bolts here than we had in Junkyard Truck as well. But yeah, we'll pull the oil pan, pull out those two bad pistons, and get them replaced. Should be as easy as that. And then that front cover as well. Just a little gross. All right, we are just about ready to get this engine mated back up to the transmission and lowered back into the engine bay of this truck. Carburetor looked great. Air filter lower housing was very rusty. Air filter itself was almost unrecognizable. That looks more like a rim for a motorcycle than a air filter. It's very, very badly damaged. So with those things changed out, we should be ready to rip Tater Chip. I think if I just get this thing put back flat again, we should be good to just drop her straight in. Hopefully. There she goes. All right. Now, I didn't take a very good look at the camshaft. I believe it's just a single overhead cam engine. Or not, is that overhead? No. Don't listen to anything that I say. My Brian is not functioning properly. I'm not firing on all cylinders. It's not an overhead cam engine though. The cam is definitely in the block, meaning it couldn't be overhead, but that's beside the point. It's got a single cam. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. We're just going to run it and hope for the best. Uh-oh. Parking brake cable. That thing has seen better days. We're gonna go ahead and put that into our scrap pile. We'll buy a new one from the store. Get our instant primo delivery for it. Oh, perfect. It's right there as soon as we open the catalog up. It was just under the floor, but we're fine. We've got it. 2 bolts. Where did I put my wrench? Also, I need to blow my nose very, very badly. You guys won't have to see that, though. Don't you worry. I'll cut that out. All right. think we're good. Time for exhaust, battery cables, fuel line, fluids, and we'll be off to the races, so to speak. Definitely not going to be racing this thing, though. That's why we have our two BMW E36s. After closer inspection, I discovered a set of bad rockers. Just one, though. The other bank, the other side, seems to be in decent working order still. So I'm just going to secure in a new set. Toss our valve cover back on. And somehow, by some miracle, even after removing the oil pan, we didn't actually lose any oil. And the oil even seems to be in good condition still. So we'll add that to our scrap pile. Let me grab our dipstick really quick so I can show you. Look at that. Nice honey golden color. Almost looks a little bit, it's probably a little too yellow, but it's healthy. It's ready to rip tater chip. And I think we are ready to rip tater chip. Also, we have brake fluid now. So we should be good. I'm going to hit a quick save, and we can hop in old girl and see if she sounds maybe a little healthier. I mean, it did run and drive before. Ooh, we're actually very low on fuel as well, so we're going to want to make sure that we fill up. Actually, you know what? Before we go get this thing resprayed, it would probably make more sense for us to fill up all of our junk into the bed of this sucker. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it just so we don't waste any fuel. But it would probably make more sense for us to fill up all this junk in the bed of the truck first. That way we don't go scratching up our brand spanking new paint job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do exactly that. We'll get everything loaded up into here. It is 10 a.m. I think. Is it 8 to noon? It doesn't matter. He's either going to be open when we get there, or he's not going to be open when we get there, and we'll have to sleep. But either way, we're getting rid of this junk.
Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it back into town. Specifically, back to the local dealership here. Oh, first thing we need to do, click I here. We need to change our color to 5F6366. All right, perfect. And then I think now that we have that set up, if I remember right, we just go through the double doors and paint car. Oh, I should have saved the rust removal for them, because I thought it was like $1,000 to respray. Turns out it's $2,500. I mean, it's gonna look really good, and it does look really good, but $2,500 is kind of steep. Is there anything else new here? That all kind of looks the same. We've got the same display vehicles, I think. I don't really remember this one on the end, but it's probably been here the whole time. The Bart Simpson. Now we've got a fully resprayed parts truck, so the last thing I think we're going to tackle today is hopping back in, old girl, and we're going to take this sucker all the way out to the upholstery shop. I don't really remember how to get there. If I'm being honest, it's clear up here. Clear up in the top left corner of the map. It's going to take a little while for us to get there, but it'll be well worth it, I'm sure. All that we really need is a headliner, if they sell these there. I don't think they do, and a bench seat. But all the other interior pieces seem to be in good shape yet. We've made it. We have made it just before nightfall. I'm really hoping that this place doesn't have set hours. The door is still open. I'm gonna go ahead and pull inside. That way they, ooh. I don't really know why either that the upholstery store or the interior parts store has to be so incredibly far away from everything else. It feels like it should be pretty easy to just like give us an interior parts catalog back at the garage with like color options to choose from. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I'm just a guy at the end of the day. So what we need from here, oh, the Chad. Dude, I don't even know if I've purchased a Chad. This is the rat stuff. We just need a bench seat. Oh, that's the rear seat, like if you have a extended cab. We have a single cab though, so we just need the front seat. $210. It's gotta be blue. It's gotta be blue though. And then that's like the surround, must be the surrounding for the extended cab. How's our dashboard looking, I guess? I didn't really pay too close attention to that. Seems fine. It seems fine. Shifter also seems good. The blue interior goes crazy though. That goes so hard. All right, brand spanking new bench seat going in the bed of the truck, and it doesn't seem like they have headliners for the B200 here. So that's something that we'll probably have to order from the parts store. It turns out they do have set hours, and now my truck is locked inside the facility. Cool, cool. You know what? It's not the end of the world though. Well, it kind of is, because I don't know if we... Well, let's test this, shall we? I'm going to do a quick save. I'm curious though, if we take a taxi back to the garage, that's going to cost us $10, right? And then I'm pretty sure we can call tow. We can't. Oh no, I've already done goofed. Hang on. We're back at the upholstery shop. If I lean in here and press I, oh no, are we actually too far away from it? I was gonna say we could just teleport. Oh, I can do that, but I can't press I on it? That's kind of bogus. That is kind of bogus. That would be the only way, I'm pretty sure, that we would be able to have our truck towed back to our garage. And on that complete and total disappointment, that is, of course, where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one, where I'm hopefully much less sick. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.